So another video today around false allegations, but this one what I want to do is go into the reasons why false allegations are made or the motivations behind them. So what I want to do is cover off 6 key areas as to why false allegations get made, but it's important to understand it and understand the kind of stats behind it, because the more we understand about why things are happening, the more we can maybe deal with them and combat them and get them to stop happening. So let's jump into that. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps get it out there to people who need the kind of content around, stuff for men around domestic abuse, false allegations, etc. It just really helps get it out there. If false allegations is a topic that you are interested in, please read my book, Nothing But the Truth, The False Allegation Crisis Crippling Men Today. That's available on Amazon and on Audible. And also at the end of this video, what I'll do is I'll put up a little link and some information about a workshop I'm running in 2025 around false allegations. But with that being said, let's jump into the 6 areas we're going to cover. So area 1 is probably the most obvious, and that is revenge or malice. So false allegations made to get back at someone or just to be evil, to be horrible, to try to destroy someone's life. So research currently indicates that at least 20% of false allegations are done for revenge or malice, whether it's a ex-partner, someone you've worked with, whatever the case may be, whether it's relationship based or not, 20% at least are done for this purpose. So second area is to gain a legal advantage. So in the UK, we're well aware that legal aid gets granted to people who claim domestic abuse. So it's one of the key reasons why there's such a spike in false allegations of domestic abuse. But a survey by the National Parents Organisation showed that 70% of men have reported that false allegations have been made of abuse in contentious custody battles. And, that's very believable, because it is just so rife that you talk to people, and even if there was no acrimony leading up to that point, suddenly they're getting divorced, they've fallen out of love, and then these charges just come out of nowhere. And like I said, ties back to getting legal aid a lot of the time, but also just to gain that advantage in hearings. So the third key area is regret or shame. So especially in the case of sexual allegations, false allegations, regret sex, someone's done something with someone, they've cheated on someone, they make a false allegation because it's better for them than trying to deal with it. A study was done in the US of college students, and said at least 15% of sexual abuse claims were false allegations because the person did not want to take any personal accountability for what they'd done. And I think it's up to 10% of cases are like regret sex cases of false allegations. So, regretting sleeping with someone is not the same as being abused by someone. But this has just become part of one of the motivations of why these things are made. So fourth area is mental health issues. Psychiatric Times did a survey and a study, and apparently at least 25% of false accusers have some sort of, mental issue ranging from borderline personality disorder to narcissism. Mental health issues can play a part. There's even things like delusions. I think up to 5% of cases in the UK, people are delusional from mental health issues. So it is just another reason and another factor that adds on to an area that really doesn't need more factors adding on to it. So area 5, external pressure or manipulation. So this is when someone is getting pressured into making a false allegation. So I think I saw stats in the UK that at least 11% of false accusers admit after the fact that they are being pressured by a family member or someone close to them to make the allegations. I've interviewed men where they've been in relationships and the mother-in-law or the mother of the girlfriend has not been happy with the relationship, so got the daughter to, make a false allegation, or made a false allegation on the daughter's behalf and then got them to back them up for it. So, things like that happen, and it's not just with relationship false allegations as well. This can also be workplace allegations where, maybe supervisors or colleagues pressure someone into making an allegation against someone. So, again, just another topic there that, it could be that it's someone else causing the false allegation and your actual accuser or partner or, colleague in this case is being pressured into doing it. They are still doing it, so they can't exonerate themselves from all blame there. And the last area I want to cover is attention or sympathy. So at least 7% of all false allegation cases are made just to try and garner sympathy or get some attention. So, the kind of world we live in now, people want to post everything that happens in their lives on social media. Oh, this happened, someone did this terrible thing to me. There's no dealing with things privately anymore. So in a lot of cases, it's just purely to say something bad happened to me, even though it didn't, because they want sympathy or they want to get some attention from it. So, that's terrible. But, again, just another area to add on to a thing that is out of control already. So, like I said at the beginning, it's just important to understand why these things are happening in some areas around them. There's obviously more than this, and I'd be more than happy if people can pop in the comments things they think are reasons or motivations behind false allegations that we haven't covered in those 6 areas. I try to do kind of a broad brush approach and give these are some big categories just to help people understand, and for people who don't understand false allegations or who need to learn about the stuff to show what people are really up against, that there's so much out there. So let's just do a quick recap of the stats. So at least 20% of false claims are revenge driven. 70% of fathers in custody disputes report false allegations. At least 10% of sexual assault claims are linked to regret. At least 25% of false accusers show signs of mental health issues. And at least 7% of cases are motivated by a desire for attention or sympathy. So, those stats, tip of the iceberg really, but yeah, hopefully this was informative, just give people a bit of a breakdown of kind of some areas out there, give a bit more understanding to it. Please drop in the comments your thoughts about other reasons, other areas, personal experiences, anything like that. Please do like the video and subscribe to the channel, help it get out there so we can start having these conversations about things happening to men like false allegations and domestic abuse and things like that. Stay safe, guys. Please check out at the end now the workshop coming up on false allegations in 2025. Cheers.